Snow, sleet, freezing rain, and rain all across southern Wisconsin right now. But there's some changes with our alert day conditions. I'll explain.
And crews are out there plowing and salting the roads. We'll detail the current conditions here in the Madison area.
And the Federal Reserve is discussing interest rates, how a potential cut could impact you. That's all coming up on News 3 Now at 10. Good evening. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Sarah Carlson.
And I'm Eric Franke. The First Warner Weather Team started talking about our alert day conditions over the weekend, and it is now here.
It certainly is. We have full team coverage tonight of this impactful weather system. For the latest, let's go to Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington. Hey, Alex.
Hey there, Sarah. Hey there, Eric. Yes, out here on the patio right now, we have a mix of snow. We have a little bit of sleet as well falling, but it's a mix of sleet, freezing rain, snow across all of southern Wisconsin. Not coming down quite as heavy as what we were experiencing the past couple of hours, and we've had about 1.5 inches or so out here in the patio. Very, very wet, slushy snow. Let's take a look at what we're up against yet with our alert day. It's still through tomorrow morning. There is more snow in the forecast. Winds will be ramping up and roads are icy. In fact, I'm going to show those here in just a moment. This especially for areas Madison and points to the north where our alert day conditions are really going to maximize, meaning they're really going to be probably the worst for Madison and areas towards the north. Radar 3000 right now in Dane County. We're on the southwest side and we're probably very close to that little pocket where we're not seeing as much as some of the other areas. As we zoom on out and go into southwest Wisconsin and further to the west, there's a break. In fact, the heavier snow that we saw earlier today is part of the reason why we're going to see this lull, a break in the snow, the rain, the freezing rain, the sleet for at least a little while. Just a little while, because as we put Future Track into motion, doing a great job showing that lull across southern Wisconsin, reaching up to the Dells and Madison. But by 3, 4 in the morning, the snow comes back and the winds are going to be coming in from the north and they will get very, very gusty. We still have a winter weather advisory in effect for pretty much all of southern Wisconsin, all of the WISC viewing area except for Walworth County until 6 a.m. Wednesday morning. And let's break this down again. We're going to have a break, so I don't want you to go outside and think it's all done here. That's going to be from 12 o'clock in the morning till 3 o'clock in the morning. More snow and wind by daybreak impacting the morning commute and falling temperatures through Wednesday. When I come back, I'll let you know when the snow will stop entirely. And guess what? We have more alert day conditions in the forecast. I'll explain when I come back.
All right, thank you, Alex. And all eyes are going to be on the roads during tonight's storm and tomorrow's commute.
And so will all of the city's 64 plows as well. Armand Rahman joins us live with more details about the city's road clearing efforts. Armand?
Well, hopefully you all at home are somewhere warm and cozy, maybe on your couches or in bed watching right now, or like Eric and Sarah are in the studio right now in the warmth there. Not like me getting pelted by snowflakes, me and my cameraman, and not like these plow drivers. We've heard them pretty hard at work here on the west side of Madison because they're right now, the challenge isn't an amount of snowfall that's falling, it's what expected to come after. And that is a snowy, slushy slop because the pavement is expected to be warm, melting the snowpack that we already have. And that will have the potential to freeze if freezing rain hits when those temperatures drop later on tomorrow. So crews will be continuously plowing and salting the 800 miles of salt routes for as long as it takes. That includes main thoroughfares, bus routes, and areas around key public service locations like hospitals and fire stations, but not neighborhood roads, which means you might see some slush when you leave for work tomorrow.
It's going to be actively snowing overnight too, and just we want to keep those main thoroughfares in good shape first, and then when that snow stops, we can shift those crews into helping out with the cleaning up all those neighborhood streets, bring on more people in the morning. Every winter is going to be its own unique snowflake, haha, you know, but you just got to be ready for whatever it throws at you.
Tonight, make sure that you parked on the side of the street with even house numbers until 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. Again, that's when crews are expected to start switching their objective to clean up and really tackling those neighborhood streets to remove a lot of that slushy mess that'll be out there on the roads before it freezes. Looking at the roads right now on the Beltline, we did notice a couple of spin outs, but nothing major. Everyone going slow, which of course is recommended when the weather gets like this. Be sure to tune in to News 3 Now tomorrow morning for more on what you can expect as you head out the door to work. For now, reporting live on the west side of Madison, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
All right, Armand, thank you. Come on in and get yourself some warmth. We also talked to the Madison Police Department and the owner of a local snow plowing company. Both suggest people stay home if they don't need to drive tonight. Good advice. Action Jackson's lawn cares say that the back-to-back snow is keeping the company busy. As they salt the roadways, he says everyone driving should take their time.
Just be very cautious, all right? Brake way before you get to like the stop signs, cars, anything like that, and just be aware of your surroundings and be careful of that black ice, and just take it slow.
The police also remind everyone to stay alert, slow down, and give those snowplows space during all of this weather. You can also track the forecast for yourself on the First Warn Weather app. It has hourly planners along with the road conditions. You can download this for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather.
Next at 10, one man is injured after a shooting on Madison's east side. It was about 6 tonight. Madison police were called to Cottage Grove at Dempsey Road for reports of shots fired. There, they found a vehicle with a bullet casing inside. After investigating the area, police found a man with a minor gunshot wound. He was evaluated and found to not need treatment at a hospital. If you have any information related to the shooting, you're asked to call Madison Police or Madison Area Crime Stoppers.
And Madison police are also investigating a sexual assault on the city's south side. Police say the assault happened about 2 a.m. Monday near McDivitt Road and Todd Drive. No arrests have been made, and police say multiple jurisdictions are investigating. We will provide updates as more information is released, both on air and on channel3000.com. And if you ever need to talk to someone about sexual violence, there are resources available. The National Sexual Assault Hotline and the helpline for the Dane County Sexual Violence Resource Center, all right there on your screen.
Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul is issuing a warning to 37 telecommunications companies over robocalls. It's part of Operation Robocall Roundup, a multi-state effort to crack down on robocalls across the country. Attorneys general from dozens of states are demanding that telecom companies act now to stop the calls from being routed through their networks.
Ultimately, the more we can reduce these, the fewer people are going to have their days interrupted, the fewer scams that will be successful, and the more that we can do to limit these. That's a win for Wisconsinites and for people across the country.
Last week, the FCC announced that 7 providers would be removed from the robocall mitigation database, meaning other providers will no longer be allowed to accept or route any calls from their networks.
Well, you may want to add managing your child's tech use to your holiday to-do list. A new study in the journal Pediatrics found kids who own a phone by the age of 12 face higher rates of depression, obesity, and insufficient sleep. Doctors say holiday break is a good time to talk about screen use, adding that these are conversations for any age. Now, if your child is using a device, doctors recommend doing it socially, like gaming with friends or FaceTime conversation instead of a text chain. Well, this time of year is full of joy and fun, but it can also create tension and exhaustion. Licensed therapists say accepting that you have conflicting feelings can help you manage any stress, while the next step is figuring out the root cause.
Is it not having enough time? Is it overcommitting? Is it financial strain? Is it boundaries? Recognize what it is so then you can figure out what to do about it.
Therapists say after finding that root cause, set realistic expectations for yourself. So it's okay to say no to that holiday party you don't have time for and save your time for the things that matter most. And of course, be mindful of yourself by prioritizing you time.
According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, nearly 7.7 million jobs were open in the U.S. in October. The survey also showed hiring activity dropped, layoffs went up, and fewer people quit. This report is among the economic findings affected by the government shutdown. Analysts say it was hard to get a full grasp on the economic information between October 1st through November 12th due to that closure. And the Federal Reserve panel that decides interest rates is meeting today and also tomorrow. It's expected to cut the federal funds rate, and that would put downward pressure on interest rates for mortgages, auto loans, credit cards, and other debt.
We shouldn't look to the Federal Reserve to solve all of our ills or believe that a small shift in interest rates can make a big difference.
The U.S. Supreme Court considering a case which could affect the president's power over independent agencies like the Fed. President Trump wants to fire a Fed board member, Lisa Cook, and fill the panel with loyalists to force a large rate cut. Investors worry that would cause inflation to again surge.
Coming up next at 10, the Justice Department may prosecute former FBI Director James Comey again.
And the president announcing a multi-billion-dollar aid package for farmers. What impacts could be seen right here in Wisconsin.
And of course, Alex will have the very latest on the alert day conditions expected overnight. Stay with us.
News 3 now at 10.
The Justice Department says it plans to continue efforts to prosecute former FBI Director James Comey.
The DOJ's stance was revealed in a lawsuit brought by Comey's former lawyer, Dan Richman. It comes 2 weeks after Comey's indictment was dismissed, and a judge put temporary limits on the evidence prosecutors can use in future grand jury proceedings. And the U.S. Supreme Court is hearing arguments regarding a case that could remove the cap on how much political parties can spend in coordination with candidates. That case filed in 2022 by then Senate candidate, now Vice President J.D. Vance. Campaign finance experts say removing the caps would create a loophole around the amount that donors can give to federal office candidates.
Tonight, President Donald Trump headed to Pennsylvania to deliver a speech focused on affordability. This trip comes as CBS News polling shows most Americans disapprove of the president's handling of the economy. However, the White House maintains inflation has gone down and Americans will see lower prices. Recent data released by the Commerce Department found that in September, inflation rose to the highest level in nearly a year and a half to 2.8%. The September report was delayed because of the government shutdown.
Well, this week, the president announced a multi-billion-dollar aid package for U.S. farmers.
News 3 Now's Jalen Banks spoke to the Wisconsin Farm Bureau about what this means for state farmers.
Eric and Sarah, Monday, the president announced the aid package for farmers across the country will be $12 billion and claims the funding comes from revenue made from tariffs. This year has been a tough year for farmers in our state, from fluctuating soybean prices and loss of funding due to the government shutdown. I had the chance to catch up with our state's Farm Bureau, and they tell me that a lot of the details are still pretty unclear, such as the payment rates for each product or how much money will be set aside for processors, which could limit how much money goes to farmers on the ground. Overall, the message I got from the Bureau is they just want consistency from the government for our farmers.
We appreciate the announcements of new trade agreements, but we need to see them finalized. It's important that these deals move forward from headlines and be actually signed agreements and that tariffs are eased so that normal trade can resume. Like I said, farmers don't want special treatment. We don't want aid. We just want a fair market to sell what we produce, and we believe when markets are fair, we can compete with anybody.
An official date has not been set yet, but Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins said farmers can apply for the funding in the coming weeks, and it will be dispersed on February 28th of next year. Additionally, of that $12 billion, $1 billion will be set aside for specialty crops.
Jalen, thank you. Now we want to get to weather. The First Warn Weather Team, again, forecasting alert day conditions both for tonight and also tomorrow.
It's been a busy one. Alex, what are the weather conditions looking like right now?
It's messy out there right now. Radar 3000 in just a moment. More snow is on the way. Windy conditions, icy roads, Madison, especially areas to the north. Let's say Wisconsin River Valley, east of Madison, along I-94, areas to the north. Those are the areas that are seeing the most adverse conditions. This will last through the rest of the night and through at least the first half Wednesday. Now, Radar 3000 is showing the entire story here. Look at this, from New Glarus to Edgerton to Whitewater. Rain, maybe even a clap of thunder in Janesville. To the north up along I-39 and I-94, we have that mix of rain and heavy snow. As we go right into Dane County here, look at this, snow out in Mount Horeb. We have a little bit of sleet on the far southwest side of Madison, and then heavy snow just off towards the east. As we go off to the west, here's an interesting feature to show a brief break. Actually, the heavy snow that we had is part of the reason why we're seeing this brief break behind, but more snow is on the way. Let me show you here. Future Track is showing that break here, that this dry slot with this weather system coming in from the north and from the west. Though we're going to have cold air, and with that cold air coming in, more snow by 3 o'clock. Dells to Camp Douglas, over to Marquette and Green Lake counties, and that will sink to the south here, reaching Madison, reaching the interstate by the time we get to 6 o'clock in the morning. So the highways, as we go towards that morning commute, are going to be icy. We're going to have falling snow. We're going to have windy conditions for at least another period, with maybe another inch or so of snow, and the windy conditions will last into Wednesday. Overall amounts here, that 1 to 3 inches stretching from Richland Center to, let's say, Sauk City to Madison over to Jefferson. We have about 1.5 inches with about another inch or so to go with that morning snow. 3 to 6 inches up towards the north where that snow is sticking around longer, where they may not get that brief lull that we're going to be expecting over the rest of southern Wisconsin here for the next couple of hours. Strong gusty winds between 30, even 40 miles per hour as we head into Wednesday morning. So it's going to be breezy. Temperatures are going to be falling, and we'll have falling snow once again Wednesday morning. Let's break this down here again. A little break. Expect that now from 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. If you happen to step outside during that time frame and you're thinking it's done, it isn't, because by the time we get towards daybreak, more snow and wind will build in with falling temperatures throughout the daytime on Wednesday. And this isn't the only set of alert day conditions. We'll have a little light snow Thursday going into Friday morning, another set of alert day conditions Saturday going into Sunday. And this is for wind chills getting down to -20 on Saturday morning and on Sunday morning. So we'll trade out the snowy, wintry conditions for bitterly cold temperatures as we go into the upcoming weekend. Alert day doesn't matter. I still make my school calls. I think we've got some pictures here from my Lakeview Elementary visit. They had me come out. We talked about alert day conditions and the important all alert day frames. We also fast forwarded to severe weather season where we talked about tornadoes and what causes severe weather. You're probably wondering, what is this? This is actually the famous pepper tornado experiment. Once you get that pepper tornado to build up from the bottom, the kids go wild. And they enjoyed the pepper tornado experiment and the all-important magic weather bag. That's where we put the frames. And I do legitimately need the frames here with the important red frames right there at the top, because we wanted to teach the kiddos at Lakeview Elementary, when you see the red frames, that means bad weather. And we got them all to say alert day. And guess what? They have a thing or two that they want to say to all of you. To see all of you on TV. Thank you for having me out again today. Always good to do those visits. And again, it doesn't matter if it's an alert day, I'm there.
We'll see if they're in school in the morning.
That's right.
Stay tuned to the morning show on Channel 3000 for the latest on potential school closings. But hoops on the high school levels, what you're talking about tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, because we've got some highlights that you've got to see to believe. I'm not quite sure that we're going to see them at this very moment, but you'll see them after the break. Some high school hoops that were high flying, let's say. Next on News 3 Now. Seed time harvest. That is John Blackwell's motto. Plant the seed, put in the time, and reap your harvest. One high major university recruited Blackwell out of high school. One. It was Wisconsin. That was the seed. Fast forward 3 years, and he's the 4th fastest Badger to score 1,000 points. Grateful to reap his harvest.
It's a blessing. That's the emotion I feel right now. I'm blessed. And it's an honor to be a part of this team. And, you know, I'm blessed to be in this culture and play for Wisconsin, wear this W across my chest. I didn't want to shed a tear when Coach hugged me and he gave me the ball for 1,000 points, but it was a very emotional moment for me, but I know I had a game to play.
Let's keep hooping on the high school level. Memorial hosting Sun Prairie West. Wolves looking for their first win, and this sequence will help. Xavion Goudreau's 3 blocked, but he'd get his. Throws down the monster jam. You don't see that too often at the high school level. And later, the Spartans scrapping for a bucket and will not give up. Andrew Braun can't get it to go the first time, but the second time finds a way. 3 points the old-fashioned way as the Spartans win a nail-biter 57-56, the final. Trudging through the snow for some more hoops on the girls' side. Wanakee at Oregon, and early on the Panthers trying to carve into that Warrior lead. Tegan Schenecker steals the pass and takes it home herself. The senior showing out early, but it would not be enough. Check this out. Tessa Bryan connects on the triple, but she wasn't done. She waits patiently on the inbound and then takes it away from Oregon and puts it up for 2 more. That's about as fast as you can score 5 points. Wanakee wins it 64-45. A two-time All-American, a Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year, and a record breaker, scoring more rushing touchdowns than anyone before him in NCAA history. Those are just a few of the accolades that put Monte Ball into the Hall. One of the best to ever do it was inducted into his rightful place today into the College Football Hall of Fame. The World Baseball Classic returns next year, and Team USA just added a Milwaukee Brewer in Bryce Terang. The Stars and Stripes haven't won the event since 2017 and are stacking up for 2026. Sticking with baseball, the Mallards released their 2026 schedule today. Their home opener is on May 25th. They'll play 36 home games, closing out their slate in early August. Meanwhile, the Madison Nightmares will look to repeat as Northwoods League softball champions beginning on June 9th. They'll have a home game on the 4th of July, and they'll host the league's All-Star game that year as well. It doesn't feel like summer at all, but we get to talk about baseball. Sounds like maybe more snow on the way. Alex will confirm that. I don't really know. Next on News 3 Now.
Tonight, Laura Dern is on The Late Show. And tomorrow,
hey, Steven.
Taylor Swift. All new Colbert.
Finally tonight, oh, look at this poor guy. An Oklahoma dog, now officially a world record holder. Can you guess why? Did you see that first picture? It's all thanks to one slobbery feature. Ozzy, a French and Bull Mastiff mix, has been named a Guinness World Record holder. You got it. Longest tongue on a living dog. It measures at 7.8 inches.
Beats the previous record of just over 5, but Ozzy's owners say his oversized tongue often hangs out as, kind of hard to hide that one. Despite its impressive length, he doesn't lick a lot. They say that he likes to rub his nose, but they do have to wipe the slobber quite a bit.
Can you imagine the slobber in that house?
But at least
you see him drinking the water?
Him.
The poor guy.
But they love him.
He's sweet. Of course, he's a sweet dog, and I think I tie that thing in a knot or something.
Don't want to lick too much snow, though.
I don't even think the dog's allowed to go outside in this stuff. We got kind of a mix of stuff
Just
going
a whole mix of a mess out there. And we're going to have more snow. Don't let this break that's going to be coming in fool you. Future traction, filling in that snow by the time we get back to 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Let's let that run again, because right now, if you're going to step outside, maybe you're going to take your dog out for a quick break here, and you think, it's done.
Go now.
Well, yeah, I will do it now, because we're going to have that break. But then more snow is going to fill in as we head towards 3, 4 o'clock in the morning with gusty winds out of the north, and temperatures are going to be plummeting throughout the day on Wednesday. So alert day conditions will continue. That winter weather advisory until 6 a.m. for pretty much all of the WISC viewing area. That break, more snow, and then falling temperatures on Wednesday, and then wind chills to minus 20 below. We have more alert day conditions in the forecast.
Oh boy, thank you, Alex, and thanks so much for watching, everyone. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert is up next.
Our next newscast tomorrow morning, they'll have the latest on school closings and the latest forecast. You can always find us streaming 24/7 at Channel 3000.